Welcome back to Earth Server Analytics. Today, we are activating God Mode. No cheats, just pure biology. We need a build that can face tank a nuke, ignore absolute zero, and laugh at the vacuum of space. Look at this beast. The claws, the armor, the sheer intimidation factor. Wait, zoom out. A little more. There he is, the indestructible Moss Piglet? Meet the Tardigrade, the only S-tier survivalist trapped in an F-tier body. They spawn exclusively in the Moss Jungle server. To them, this is a skyscraper metropolis. Just look at this movement tech. Zero agility. It's like driving a tank through molasses. You have 100 HP, this guy has 1 HP. But his damage resistance is technically infinite. Unless a snail shows up. Then it's basically an instant game over. But don't let the size fool you. This legacy build has survived all 5 mass extinction events. So what's the secret sauce? It starts with the armor class. Soft, puffy chitin. When the server conditions get toxic, they don't fight. They just pause the game. This is the Tun State. In this mode, they are basically encrypted files. Radiation, heat, vacuum, nothing corrupts the data. Add 1 drop of water, and boom! Instant respawn. Full health. Let's look at the hardware specs. Warning, it gets a little weird. The chassis is segmented. 4 trunk sections, 1 head. Standard arthropod logic. The material is see-through. You can literally watch their lunch digesting. It's a soft body physics engine. The skin is like an oversized hazmat suit. Skeleton? Not found. Propulsion is provided by an 8-wheel drive system. Well, 8 legs. Stubby, but functional. Check out the rims though. Sharp, curved claws. This is why they call them water bears. They use these grappling hooks to navigate the treacherous jungle of slightly damp moss. Weird design choice. The rear axle is inverted. The back legs point backwards for dragging and anchoring. And the face? Yeah, the devs clearly rushed this part. It's just a vacuum nozzle. Inside that nozzle, 2 crystalline knives called stylets. They pierce plant cells like a juice box. Then this pharyngeal bulb pumps the nutrients straight into the system. Efficient! Vision is barely there. 2 pixels of resolution. They can basically only tell if it's light or dark. So they rely on these sensory whiskers. It's like playing the game using only sonar. Brain power is minimal. No emotion engine, no complex thoughts. Just eat, survive, repeat. Which is good, because their world is a nightmare. Giant worms, constant wars, and zero chill. It all starts here. The Moss server. Easy mode. Or so it seems. The eggs come in 2 skins. Smooth for standard play, and spiked for when the devs turn on PvP. Sometimes the mom just leaves the eggs inside her old shed skin. It's that, recycling? When they hatch, they don't do the larva thing. They spawn as fully formed mini-adults. Here's a fun bug. They are born with all the cells they will ever have. No mitosis. They just inflate. The early game is a grind. Pierce moss cells, suck the juice, gain XP. Boring, but safe. Until the spawn campers show up. High-level nematodes love newbie moss piglets. And the worst enemy are the tardigrades. friendly fire is permanently ON in this server. If they survive the Hunger Games, it's time to level up. But first, they have to molt. They literally dissolve their own mouth parts. Imagine melting your own teeth to grow bigger ones. Then the struggle. Pulling yourself out of a tight wetsuit through the neck hole. It's brutal. Eat, molt, grow. Eat, molt, grow. The classic RPG loop. They only poop when they molt, which means, yeah, they hold it in for weeks. But then, disaster strikes. The water evaporates. The server goes arid. For any other aquatic build, this is game over. Physics change from swim mode to terrestrial mode. Remember, they are hydraulic balloons. Without water pressure, they can't even stand up. On land, they are hopelessly clumsy. Look at this lumbering gait. Speed? Non-existent. They are literally named slow steppers in Latin. In deep water, even worse. They can't swim. They just flail and sink. At this scale, water feels like molasses. It's sticky. Surface tension is a trap. If a leg gets caught, they are pinned. Game over! So when the water disappears completely, they activate their ultimate ability. Tun formation. Legs retract. Body contracts. They become a biological barrel. On a molecular level, they replace their body water with a special sugar called trehalose. This turns their cells into living glass. It's called vitrification. No ice crystals, no damage. Metabolism drops to 0.01%. They are effectively dead. But not dead. Now they are just dust in the wind. Light, durable, and traveling the globe. It's pure RMT where they land. Desert, ocean, gutter, they roll the dice. But the second they hit fresh water. Boot sequence initiated. They wake up like nothing happened. They can sleep for 100 years and wake up for breakfast. That is the power of the Tun. Most tardigrades are peaceful vegan farmers. They just graze on algae and vibe. But then there's the Milnesium build. This is the PvP variant. Carnivore mode engaged. They swapped the suction nozzle for a gaping maw filled with teeth. It's pure nightmare fuel. They hunt rotifers. They grapple them, pin them down, and... boom! Critical hit with the stylets, piercing armor like it's butter! They drink the victim like a juice box until there's nothing left but a wrinkled skin suit. And yes, they are cannibals. If you are small and edible, you are food, even if you're family. But there is always a bigger fish. Enter the world boss, the snail. The snail's tongue is a biological chainsaw called a radula. It scrapes reality away. If they get hit by the slime, it's over. Suffocation is instant. Amoebas are also a problem. Just absorb you. No fighting back against a blob. This is the flaw in the build. Maxed out elemental resistance, but zero physical defense. So their only defense against predators is stealth. Hide in the moss and prey. Mites run circles around them, literally. They are XP pinatas for fast insects. The microverse is a war zone. It's not cute down there, it's brutal. Let's talk reproduction. The settings are messy. Some are male, some female, some are clones. Some females don't need men. They just Ctrl-C, themselves. Parthenogenesis. Independent ladies lay eggs inside their own skin and walk away. Efficient. But when player 2 joins, he initiates the romance protocol by tickling her head with his whiskers. Smooth. The female drops her eggs into her old skin during a molt, essentially leaving them in the trash. Then the male crawls into the shed skin. The result is a biological loop sack protected by the old armor. Gross, but smart. This strategy works. Their population numbers are exponential. Despite the numbers, they have zero social skills. They don't swarm. They don't chat. If they bump into each other, it's just a lazy shove. PvP combat is pathetic. Their active lifespan is only a few months, but their Tun lifespan? Over 100 years. They are time travelers. A tardigrade can go to sleep in 1920 and wake up in 2026 like it was a nap. Imagine waking up a century later to find your moss forest full of microplastics. They are everywhere. From the bottom of the ocean to the top of Everest. Then a history lesson. The Patch 1.0 Cambrian explosion, 500 million years ago. They were there. They split off from the arthropod skill tree early and just stopped updating their graphics. Meteors? Survived. Ice ages? Survived. Volcanoes? As clap. They watched the dinosaurs get banned from the server and didn't even blink. They evolved a unique damage suppression protein called D-sub. It wraps their DNA like a riot shield. In 2019, we accidentally crashed a lander on the moon. It was carrying thousands of them. They are still up there, right now. Just waiting. Paused. Scientists even fired them out of a gas gun at 3,000 feet per second. They survived the impact. Now, we are trying to steal their code. Project Super Soldier. Splicing their DNA into humans. But let's be real. They don't need us. They have already conquered the map. Everyone thinks cockroaches will inherit the Earth? Wrong! It's the moss piglets! When the sun eventually explodes and eats the Earth, the tardigrade will be the last player online. Unless a snail eats them tomorrow. Then they die instantly. And that is the balance. Absolute immortality versus getting killed by a slug. So, how do we rank the water bear? Strengths. Unkillable in Tun State. Resistance to everything. Cool nickname. Is slow. Can't see. Gets eaten by everything. Needs water to exist. Is the ultimate Min-Max build. They put all their points into defense and forgot about gameplay. Aesthetics? 10 out of 10. Look at those chubby cheeks. Playability? F tier. Laggy controls and zero offense. Overall verdict? They break the chart. I'm putting them in the meme tier. S+ for survival. F- for gameplay. But legendary status achieved. The Earth server belongs to them. We are just guests. This is the analyst, going AFK. Wake me up in 100 years. Next time, who packs the biggest punch? The mantis shrimp? Or the immortal hydra? Don't forget to smash that like button harder than a meteor. Join the server!
That